So I'm just kind of hanging out in the van tonight. I'm gonna work on some outdoor minimalist stuff because we got to our parking area kind of early and I'm just kind of tired. So we hiked, we did a bunch of things today. So I just kind of want to chill. And Ash is in here, Leo's outside. He likes some space to move around. And I wanted to make a video about why I chose the Ford Transit Connect instead of a larger camper van, which you see most often when you look on social media or YouTube and you search van life. And the main reason is that it's cheaper. There's a couple of reasons why though. It is cheaper, but I also wanted to replace my car. Maybe because of like the minimalism aspect of like my entire life. I didn't want to have multiple vehicles, but I knew that I wanted to have a vehicle that I could take when I traveled for like 1 month, 2 months, because I tend to go on like 1 month trips fairly often. And doing it out of the Subaru was fine when it was just Ash. But now that I also have Leo, I need a bit more space, and it would be nice to be a bit more comfortable when we sleep at night. And so the Ford Transit Connect seemed like a good like middle ground, because since I work remotely, then I don't really commute for work, and this gets decent gas mileage anyway. So if I need to run errands and stuff in town, I can do that wherever I'm living. And as far as like a road trip vehicle, it is the perfect size for us. I do wish, especially in this winter section, that I had a larger workspace or just a bigger hangout area. But in all reality, we don't spend a ton of time in the van, and when it gets dark so early in the winter time, the dogs are usually tired from the day and they just like sleep from 5 p.m. until the morning because they're not taking as many naps as they would when we're at home. And then that gives me like a peaceful, warm area to work at night. So there are some downsides, definitely. Like, it's harder to cook more often when you're in cities. It's harder to have a workspace, and in general you're a bit confined. So like the shelf back here, that's like all my clothes and then a couple of other random things like toiletries, Kleenex. Yeah, that's about it. That's basically my closet up there. And then underneath the bed, which I can do another video that just like does like a general tour, has a lot of our other storage, like our daily ones. So like there's basically 4 squares underneath the bed, and 1 on each side by the sliding doors. And one side is all my food and cooking equipment, and the other side is all the dog gear. Because I have a lot of dog gear as far as all of their food, Ash's different sweaters and jackets for the different activities, Leo's mushing stuff. Their treats stay in the front because I use them fairly often during the day. Different types of leashes. So like if we are in camp, so I can set up like a line for Leo to go back and forth on, dog beds, things like that. Lots of dog gear. And then these back 2 are for things that I don't use quite as often, but I may need occasionally. So like camp table, camp chair, general paperwork. So I have all the dogs' vaccinations and then like my paperwork for different things in case I need them. Some books, some tools, a lot of tools under here just in case. Chains for if there's snow or ice anywhere that we're traveling. And a couple other random things, just things I wanted easy access to, but I wouldn't need on a daily basis. And then on top of the van, I have a rocket box, a storage box that has my summer clothes, because this is all my winter clothes right now. Summer clothes are warm weather clothes. My bike gear, because in this winter section I haven't been using my bike at all. So my helmet and all my other biking equipment is on the top. And then I have other general outdoor equipment that I wasn't sure all of the activities that I'd be doing, so I just kind of brought stuff just in case. So like I have a backpacking backpack, I have an extra sleeping bag. I wasn't sure about the temperatures while we were sleeping, so I have like a 0 degree bag up there just in case. I have some life vests for the dogs, which obviously we don't need in the wintertime. And yeah, that's basically everything. The front seat I also use as storage, has like my trash and the dog stuff, our water, and the cooler, and then my meds. So things that I would access daily. And I wanted them in the front because like when we're getting in and out of the van or when I'm eating lunch in the front, I didn't want to have to open the side doors. And it helps me get ready for hikes to have their treats right there. So that is the long version of how the van is kind of organized and why I decided to go with the Transit instead of a different option. And I will have to do another video to show the general layout and organization instead of me just word vomiting it into this video so you can really picture it. Okay. So that's about it. I'm trying to think if there's other things or other reasons why the Transit was a good fit. It's mostly I only wanted one car. I wasn't going to be living in it full time. If I was living in a van full time, I would want a different setup, without a doubt. Oh, Leo, do you want to come inside? He wants to come inside. All right. I'll get him in a minute. Yeah, if I was living in the van full time, I would want a different setup wholeheartedly. But honestly, we're only in Virginia right now, but since Massachusetts, the weather has been getting nicer and nicer. And like there's been sections where I could shower at our campsite and I could hang out outside most of the day. And that's kind of the vibe that I knew was going to happen in the southern region. And that makes this small of a van far more manageable, especially for the dogs, so they don't feel so cooped up. They have a lot more space to move around. So I gotta go get him. He is whining like crazy. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you and good night.